Hey guys, happy Saturday, happy June 1st. So there was no video yesterday. Gonna make it a pretty short story. I'm not gonna go into a whole lot of detail just because it's personal medical stuff. Yesterday I had something I was concerned about, called my doctor when they opened. They said, come on in, they'd work me in, which means depending on how many patients they have, you can sit there all day, and pretty much I did. Fridays are the worst day. Please excuse my rooster. If any of you have subscribed for any length of time, you are well aware this rooster is nuts. Okay, so went to my doctor yesterday. She's not really concerned about what's going on at this point, so we're just gonna watch it, monitor stuff, and just check, and just see what happens if it goes away on its own. But anyhow, so by the time my husband got home, I was ready to be out of the house. Thursday, I was pretty excited because I found a lady on Facebook groups that was selling clothes into the size I'm going into right now. Dresses for like $5 each. So I got 3 dresses from her. It's all she had in the size. She has some smaller stuff, but I don't want to shoot myself in the foot like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot of being like, okay, I now have to worry about having all these clothes that don't fit me yet that I have to look at. And I will tell you, this shirt I have on right now is a 4 from Torrid, and it's actually very loose. I was super excited about that. Normally when I put on t-shirts that are supposed to be my size, because of the size of my butt and my hips and stuff, I usually have to stretch them out at the bottom, so I just stick my knees in them and stretch them out. I did not have to do that with this one, so I was super excited about that. So last night, yesterday was when I picked up the dresses. So yesterday, right after my husband got here from work, we went down and picked up the dresses, came home. I said, I really don't want to sit at home tonight. I really just want to get out of the house. I was kind of nervous this morning when I called my doctor. I'm glad she doesn't think it's anything to be worried about, but I'm still worried about it because that's me. Anybody that knows me knows that I tend to be a worrier. Even if someone says, oh, don't worry about it, I always have to feel like I have to prepare for a worst case scenario, which is definitely not great for you. But what are you going to do? This morning for breakfast, I am having a smoothie. It's just berries, frozen berries, about 3 cups of those, but I split it with my husband this morning. So 3 cups of berries, frozen banana, a scoop of protein powder, about a tablespoon of MCT oil, about a half teaspoon of MCT oil, half teaspoon of spirulina, half teaspoon of maca powder, and some, almond milk, about 2 cups of almond milk, and half a cup of yogurt, Greek yogurt. We use the Fage, I guess it's called. I always call it Fage, but it's Fage, apparently, according to the commercial. So I'm still working on that. I have to do it very slow because in the morning my body doesn't want to eat. So I kind of have to like piecemeal it, have a little bit at a time. Last night we went to dinner at a place called The Groovy Goat. And I was looking through the menu and I was like, I don't think I can eat anything. Because when I found like a grilled chicken breast dinner, it came with 2 sides, but the options were French fries, onion rings, stuff like that. And if I wanted a healthy side, it would be $2 extra per side. So getting steamed broccoli would have cost me an extra $2. There was something else that was a side salad would be an extra $2 on top of the other $2. So I was like, man, I am not spending $20 for a meal. It's not going to happen. And my husband's like, well, if that's what you have to do to eat healthy, then do it. Like, it's okay. And I was like, no, there's got to be another option. Well, I noticed they had a thing for salads on the side. And I asked the guy when he came over, I said, well, how big are your dinner salads? And it was a decent sized salad. And he also said I can get grilled chicken on that. So I went ahead and got a grilled Caesar salad with grilled chicken on top. Ended up being $10. Totally worth it. Nice restaurant. Drank water with my meal. The boys got some greasy burgers, which would have been right through me in a heartbeat. But here's the really cool thing about all of this. So, as most of you know, a lot of times for any kind of extended walking, I need a scooter because of my lower back issues. I basically was like, well, it is what it is, you know. I need a scooter, so we got one. It's the only way I got out of the house after Thanksgiving. Actually, I had it for Thanksgiving. Yeah, so normally I was using a scooter. I got it just before Thanksgiving. It did make my day after Thanksgiving shopping a little bit better because I was able to actually go and enjoy myself instead of being in pain. And I've used my scooter a lot since I got it. And it's one of the things that, although I needed it at the time, it's one of my goals to not need it anymore and to be able to donate it to someone who does need one. That's like my ultimate goal. So last night we went to, if you're not familiar with Southern Alabama, there's an amusement park down here called OWA. It's OWA. Outside of OWA, the park, they have all these shops. It's like a big mall outside. And there's the restaurant, the Groovy Goat. There's an arcade attached to the Groovy Goat. And there's a bunch of different little restaurants. There's a pizza restaurant. There's a crazy donut restaurant, which I probably will never eat in because it's like meat stuck on donuts. And aside from the fact that it's fully unhealthy, it also just doesn't even sound good to me. You know, donuts are donuts, burgers are burgers, never the two shall meet. This rooster this morning, I'm telling y'all. So, we had the scooter. My husband said, "Do you want me to get the scooter out?" And I said, "You know what? No. I want to try to see how long I can go." And I said, "If I need the scooter, will you mind coming out to get it?" He says, "No." Because the great thing about my husband is he's super supportive about letting me push myself and also knowing that I know where my limits are sometimes. Yes, I do often push myself too far. So we walked from the parking lot to the restaurant, which wasn't a huge walk. It was like, maybe if you parked like in the middle of a Walmart parking lot and then walked into the middle of Walmart, about that distance. So it was a decent walk. And I had a pretty good pace walking up there. We sat down. We had our dinner. Once we finished our dinner, we walked outside. We walked down like this walkway, which went past the couple of stores. There's a soap company there. On the left side is the park, but it's also like an ice cream place in the middle. It's like a Hershey's ice cream place. And then to the right, there's the donut place. And then in front of you is other restaurants. There's a Wahlburgers there, which I really wanted to go to Wahlburgers and try the Impossible Burger, but we decided not to last night for whatever reason. I think my husband just really wanted Groovy Goat food. Because it's more like a sports bar kind of thing. And then, so then we turned right instead of going towards Wahlburgers, and we walked all the way down this mall area to where they're doing a fountain show. Now, I do not recommend wasting your time going there specifically to watch the fountain show. I'm going to make a video about it at some point here and go over that. And like show a little bit of it, but so I'm gonna do like a weekend wrap up for Monday. So walked over there, watched the fountain show, in so much as it was, and then they were doing a thing called Glow where they have a DJ and they have dancers. So we stood there and watched that for a little bit. Now normally standing still, my back will start to seize up. It's just what my back has always worked. But I was able to stand there for all of that. Aside from just standing, watching the fountain show, watched the Glow show, and then we started walking back. Then my husband said, "You know, are you okay? Do you need your cart?" And I said, "No, I'm okay right now." And then we walked into the arcade, and we walked around the arcade, and we played games in arcades for at least an hour, hour and a half. And I was able to play skee ball and do all these arcade games that before were pretty painful. They were pretty painful. And so I walked around without my scooter for almost 2 hours, about 2 hours. Scooter free. Walked from the arcade all the way out to the car. And my husband even offered to pull the car up, and I was like, nope, I'm going to do this. If you want to go cool it down, that would be great. Because he walks way faster than I do. Because I'm short and he's not. But overall, I was gobsmacked. I was just in awe of the difference that doing DDP yoga has done as far as my body strength. My weight loss has done as far as taking that weight off of my back. I just can't even begin. The DDP contest is officially over. All submissions had to be in by yesterday. I did mine about a week before. And my video that I did for it is below. It's the recent one that says my DDP transformation story. And here's the thing. I entered this figuring there was no way I was ever going to win because I've never succeeded at losing weight. And that's including having doctors help me, never succeeded. I have never been able to lose weight. I know that guys lose weight so much faster than women do. And really what I was seeing a lot on the DDP page was he would shout out men left and right for these huge weight losses, but he never shouted out a female, and I always found that very disconcerting. But I did mention that on my entry, and I did notice that he has been shouting out some of the women who've done some great weight loss over the years. And I don't know that I'll win. I don't know that I'll even make it to the... Excuse me. I don't know that I'll win. I don't know that I'll make it to the final two. I'm not going to lie. I would love to win a cash prize. I've mentioned it a few times. We have our microwave went down, our dishwasher's down, our fridge is about to die, and I'd really like to have a vehicle because when I was planning on moving to Cambodia and volunteering my time and doing all this stuff, we sold my van, which was paid off. We worked really hard to pay off that van fast. We were sticking every extra penny we had on the car payment, and we got it paid off in like 2 years. And I've got some repairs we need to do to our floor. There's a bunch of stuff that we need to do to make our house better, to make our life better. And a little bit of cash would definitely help with that. At this point, my short-term goals are to fix our floor, replace our appliances, and get a vehicle. Like, those are my 3 big things. But realistically, if I get picked, it'll be amazing. But I really don't feel like that's necessarily in the cards. And part of the reason for that isn't because I didn't lose a lot of weight, isn't because I didn't really change my life. I did. When it came, we had to do an essay. It was 500 words. And I wrote that essay 25 times. And I just could not put into words the changes my life has seen since I started in January. Reading his book, doing his program, changing the way I eat, listening to what he talked about, how we're supposed to be eating, doing research, talking with my doctor, the things that I've changed since January, and watching my submission video. I don't recognize the person at the beginning of the video at all. I don't know who she is anymore. Like this person who was miserable and wanted to have hope so bad and just didn't. and just realized that she had wasted so much of her life in a body that isn't who she is. And there's just no words. And I had such a struggle doing the essay. So, I mean, like I said, I don't expect to be in the final two. And it's okay. I fully believe that, you know, once we get everything settled here and I can get a job working from home online so that I can continue to work out and watch what I'm eating and get myself down. I want to be under 300 pounds before I start working outside the house for a couple of reasons. The first one being health-wise, I want to make sure I'm in a much healthier body. The second one being most of my background is working in medical offices, which requires a lot of running around. And if that's what I go back into, any kind of office situation, I need to be able to run around and do what I need to do my job. I need to be able to do the job correctly. So there's that. So needless to say, that's where I'm at. I mean, that's what I've found, you know, that I need to do. And unfortunately, it means until I can do those things financially, we're not going to do the things we need to do. And I don't know how we're going to do them, but it'll work out. I have to believe it'll all work out. Now that all being said, excuse me, yeah, I'm excited that I'm 11.8 pounds away from 100 pounds lost since January. I am excited that I finally got a system that's working for me. I am super thankful for the friends that I've made on this journey, whether it be people from the DDP program, like people also in the contest or just on the support group page, or you guys. There's so many of you that have given me some great advice, have private messaged me with some answers to questions I had. I mean, I can't thank everybody enough for getting me through this part. It's going to get harder. The first weight is easy to lose. I mean, comparatively. As the lower I go, the harder it's going to be to lose the weight. And I just have to stay strong. And I have to believe I can do this. And, you know, I'm almost 90 pounds down. I've lost like a second or third grader easily. And it's amazing. And I'm excited about what the future holds for the first time in a long time. So I'm going to sign off. And I will see you guys on Monday with a weekend update with some videos from the stuff we did. Have a great day. Bye.